Hey, what is going on, guys? Kid from Sunset Park, and today I am bringing you guys some Call of Duty 4 gameplay. We are using the P90 suppressed, and we got a nice little 44 and 6 team deathmatch, and this is one of my best COD 4 gameplays. I had this on my hard drive actually for a while, and decided to upload it now. Really have, never really felt the point to use it, but today's video we're going to be talking about December 21st, 2012, better known as the Apocalypse Day, or the day the world will end according to the Mayan calendar. But first, I want to introduce something new. I want to try this out, and what basically you're seeing here is, in the comment section, I want you guys to give me a class that you guys will be running, or your play style that you like to play in Call of Duty, and just tell me in the comment section below. I like to play Rushy, I like to play Campy, and I will make you guys your ideal Black Ops 2 class, and I will be doing this from now all the way until the day before Black Ops 2, and you guys could go back, and that's just a rough class that I decided to come up with. So next video we're going to be covering Ryguy 707's class, better known as the defensive sniper, where it's just get a bunch of kills with the sniper and do what you need to do to get those kills, even if that takes switching to your secondary. So back on topic, we're going to be discussing the end of the world, my opinions on it. Hopefully I can get some of your opinions in the comment section below so I can get some feedback, and it'll be really interesting to see if this can get a little debated in the comment section below. That would be awesome if you guys can go back and forth with each other and give your own personal opinions. So basically, if you don't know what this is, the end of the world is predicted by the Mayan calendar. It basically ends on December 21st, 2012, this year. And, when I first heard about this, I think I was in 6th grade or 7th grade, or the beginning of 7th grade, and I was really freaked out, and it kind of made me nervous because I really didn't know the full facts of it, and I really didn't understand what was going on with the entire end of the world kind of conversation that a lot of people were having, especially the older kids in the older grades. They were talking about it a lot. They said they saw it on the news and stuff like that. So I immediately thought, shit, if you heard it on the news, that means it must be real, because the news, come on, the news never lies, right? Yeah, that's a complete lie. But anyway, back on topic. So they said they heard it on the news and stuff, and I was really freaked out, and it kind of scared me. It kind of was creepy. And so I decided to do my own research, kind of get my own opinion on it, and I read up on it, and it looked pretty legit to me, and I'm not going to lie. In 7th grade, I had a very moldable mind. I wasn't that, easy to make my own opinion. I was very influenced by a lot of things, so I instantly thought, oh god, this is real. Better live my couple of years left and have the most fun of it. That would be the best thing to do, right? So after doing more research, it just came up to the point of me starting to realize that that's kind of ridiculous, and you guys can believe whatever you want. Tell me in the comment section if you do believe this, because personally, I'll give you my opinion right now. I do not believe that. I do not believe one bit that the world will end in December 21st, 2012, which is only in 2 months. Frankly, if there was, stuff that was, showing signs of the end of the world, we would have been seeing huge natural disasters right now, and not even, not talking about, like, the tsunami in Japan and stuff like that. I'm talking massive, even on places that, didn't have, earthquakes or tsunamis, stuff like that, or tornadoes like in the middle of winter, stuff like that, crazy stuff that's kind of out of the ordinary. We really haven't had any of that, and there's nothing really showing signs pointing to the end of the world. Again, you could believe whatever you want to believe. That's perfectly fine by me. I actually like, hearing others' opinions. I get to see what they're thinking for themselves. And back on topic with the whole end of the world, a lot of people, when I was in 7th grade, a lot of the kids, they would talk about it. They would say, yeah, man, this is real, you better tell your family. And even now that I'm in 11th grade, 4 years later, I even hear kids in 7th grade, my sister's grade, talking about, what's going to happen when the end of the world. And they're kind of getting into that, molded mind too. And, they're kind of falling into that susceptible, hear what you want to hear kind of thing. Your friends will always tell you the truth kind of thing, and they're really gullible, and it's kind of funny to mess with them too. Like, yeah, man, the world's gonna end, yo. I know for a fact. I went down to Mexico, and I read the Mayan calendar for myself, and I get a lot of my sister's friends by saying that. They all get freaked out, and it's pretty funny. I mean, of course, everyone's gonna have jokes with this, but watch this right there. I got that nice kill. That guy tried to juke me out. Not there, baby, not there. But anyway, so I even hear adults, full-grown adults in their 40s, saying that, yeah, the world's ending in 2012, and I look at them, you know, kind of with a funny face, like, really? Really? Like, is that your own opinion? Do you know for a fact? Or are you just going off what other people are telling you? And they try to give me all the scientific evidence that they have. They try to, you know, show me sun flares and all these different kind of fake NASA readings that they just managed to get off some bullcrap website, and they just throw it at me, and they're like, yeah, look at this. And, you know, it looks completely fake. And for me, I decided that, you know, my brain is mature, and I finally realized that, you know what, it's not gonna happen. There's nothing really, you know, leading up to it. And, you know, I think it was a year ago, actually, or 2 years ago, I'm not too sure, but they actually did a study and found that the Mayan calendar stopped before, anyway, even before December 21st, it had different stop periods. So why didn't the world end then? And there's been tons of other world-ending scenarios that have been thrown out by everyone. You know, every kind of philosopher out there has, you know, predicted the end of the world. They always have one date that they're like, yep, that's the apocalypse, get ready for it, because that's when it's going to happen. And, you know, no one knows. No one can actually sit down and say, time, date, this is when the world is going to end. There's no doubt about it, because frankly, no one has, like, we don't have the technology now to predict the exact date and time when the world will end. And frankly, even if we did have the technology, I don't think people would want to know about that. I think they just want to take every day, you know, as a surprise. And basically, when the world ends, when the world is saying it's my time, that, you know, my time in this, you know, solar system is done, I really don't want to support life anymore, it'll do that, and there's nothing we can do. And you know what, guys? If the world does end in 2012, this December, guess what? In the outcome, there's nothing we can do. Thing is, you gotta stop stressing over it, because I used to stress a lot when I was in 7th and 8th grade about this whole end of the world, will it happen kind of thing. And the reason why I'm doing this commentary today, and I know it's kind of a random topic, is it's just been on my mind, because I've been, you know, seeing all the little kids that are in lower grades than me talk about this, and it just, you know, it was something that I felt I needed to put onto the table. And, you know, again, don't worry about things that are out of your control. The world ending is something that you cannot control. I cannot control. You know, NASA cannot control. I know in Armageddon they blew up that meteor, but that's you know, that's a movie. The end of the world, they cannot control it unless they come out with some super, you know, dome that goes around the Earth that has oxygen in it that protects the Earth from everything. They can't control it, and that's just a simple fact of it, guys. Whatever happens in the world or to you guys that cannot be changed, just don't stress about it. If it cannot be changed, there's no point of stressing about it, because, again, you cannot change the outcome of it, and that's my personal opinion about the world ending in 2012, December 21st. Whenever the next date is, they're going to predict it. If this doesn't happen, it'll probably happen again. They'll probably predict more dates until the world actually does end. So that's my personal opinion on things. You guys could have your own. Don't forget to give the video a like and a favorite if I truly did deserve it, guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Kid from Sunset Park. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'm out. Peace.